Hi, Brandon and Haley. I'm Wade,
I'm Nathan.
and today we're going to give you a tour of your top 3 homes. We're starting out at 1153 Red Fox Road, and we're just going to get right into it. So, a couple things you need to know about this house that I think are important. Number one, we're at the 50-mile marker. So that means you're out in the sticks. You said that you like home improvement, and you're kind of good with home improvement, and on homes, this one needs it. There's no permitting out here, no codes, so you pretty much do whatever you want. But that also means everybody else can too. So, you'll notice that if people want to keep junk in their yards, they're going to keep junk in their yards. They're going to make improvements to their houses without permits that may be safe or not safe. You see some pretty interesting things out here. However, the neighbors for this house, everybody keeps their stuff nice. I'm looking around, they're nice places. So you would probably be welcome in this neighborhood if you improved this one, because it needs it. Second thing that's important is you need a place to park your fifth wheel. So I think if you got a good view from up in the road and you back that fifth wheel down this driveway right into here and poured a pad right here, I think it would fit perfect right here. So this is a really good spot, nice and flat. I don't think it'd be a problem. Outside of that, you could also park it down by the front porch. If Nathan can swing over there and show you that. There's a flat spot down by that front porch that you could park it. And then you also see the boat ramp there that goes into the water. It's not necessary. If you have a fishing boat or something, you don't want to keep on a lift, but you have a dock here, so you don't really need the ramp. 3-car garage, metal roof. You see some stuff on top of that roof. The roof's in fine condition. That's just lumber that they were storing on top of the roof. But we're just going to step into the 3-car garage real quick and show it to you. So this is the first thing that needs some improvements. This door is bad. That door right there is bad, but it is nice as a drive-through door. This is really nice. It's got a little spot. And we don't have any power out here, I don't think, so you can't really see well in here. But there's a third door in here with the pedestrian door. And it's just a little enclosed workshop area. Pretty cool. Just needs a little bit of love, for sure. You can kind of see some of the neighbors over here. Real nice place. They've got some boat trailers parked there. Little fire pit down there. Real nice. Seems like everybody keeps their stuff real nice. So just real quick, this is how you get into the garage. You can see that it's not been maintained. We got trees growing in front of it. You have to duck underneath that cedar just to get to the pedestrian door. So and that door also was broken. So, you can start with that when you start your improvements. So we're gonna step up on the front porch. Nice open area right here. Nice covered area over here. And then Nathan's going to take you and show you the lake view. And this is what the 50-mile marker looks like. The great thing about the 50-mile marker is that it's a lot calmer than the rest of the lake. So if you want to fish, go tubing, skiing, like you said, this would be the place to do it. There's plenty of big coves out here that you can kind of relax and you're not getting beat up by the water. So let's go inside. Okay, when you come in, we've got the kitchen over here to the left. Not a lot to see, pretty basic. Definitely needs some improvements. It's got the old, if you're, I don't know how old you are, but these are the 1972 handles that were on my grandparents' cabinets in the kitchen. And then it's got a walk around. Nathan's going to come on into the living room here. And again, the living room has hardwood sheeted floors, plenty of space in the living room. Now, as he comes around here in the living room, you'll see it from a different perspective. This is an eat-in kitchen, so you'd have a table right here. There's no dining room or formal place to eat. And with it only being you two, I know that's not a big deal, but Probably be comfortable for 4 people. Outside of that, you're gonna run out of room. So we're gonna come down here. The first 2 bedrooms. You got a little linen closet right here. And then a bedroom to the left. It's got Berber carpeting that needs replaced. And as I was looking at this house, I think that they put replacement windows in at some point because these look like replacement windows, not original. And then in between the 2 bedrooms, there's a bathroom that basically is going to need a full replacement. And then the second bedroom. And that one's got a little bit bigger closet. Okay, so again, we're coming through the living room. Kitchen's over here. We're going to go up the steps. And to your right is the 3rd bedroom, what they consider the 3rd bedroom. This is probably about 10 by 10, maybe 8 by 10. It's pretty small. They've got some subfloor here because I can feel this floor is shot. So it looks like they were planning on replacing it. And then behind Nathan is what they consider the 4th bedroom. There is no door between the 2. So if I listed this house, it would have been a 3 bedroom because each bedroom is supposed to have its own privacy. But the upstairs has plenty of space. I mean, you could put a door on this and have 2 separate bedrooms if you needed it, but it does have that office space that you were wanting. So that would be a great space for you to use as an office. We've got, you can see out this door. We'll just kind of walk around real quick. Through the living room, you have this door going out to this other deck. And to your right, you can see you can go over to the garage that way. And then to your left, it walks back around from that view that we had showed you previously. So we're going to walk around here. Be careful with that. I just fell. Okay. And this is all new decking right here. And looking at the deck, the decking under here, I don't really see anything that concerns me. Obviously, you'll get an inspection, but they obviously replaced this deck for some good reason, maybe just to put stairs in. The lower area, they consider this to be the 2nd bathroom, but what they've done is what a lot of people do. They take the crawl space area, they dig it out, they pour concrete, and then they try and turn it into living space, which at some point they tried to do here. I mean, they've got power and a bathroom there. And this may have just been a hangout for the lake. So the kids can come up here, they had a fireplace here, they turn on some heat, hang out, had a bathroom so you didn't have to go in the house to use the bathroom. But somewhere things went awry. You'll see all the water on the floor. If Nathan can come in here, I don't know if you can see on the camera. I'm sorry if you can't. But basically in Missouri, because we have so much clay, the water is trying to shed to another water source. It's always trying to get to the lowest point. And we get a lot of rain. Some houses will have this condition, which is caused from hydraulic pressure from so much water. And it just pushes water up through the cracks in the floors and through the walls. And the number one culprit of that is just the fact that they don't have good drainage around the house. So a lot of times putting a new French drain around the house will shed all that water and you get rid of the problem. I had this problem with a house of mine and I fixed it with a new French drain. And they do have a sump pump over there, so they've obviously had problems in the past. You'd be surprised what a new French drain and gutters will do for a house in Missouri. And then Nathan's going to show you what they consider to be the second bathroom. I mean, it's not usable. However, I will say, if somebody was to get this house for the right price, this price is not the right price, I'm telling you. But if they got it for the right price, you could turn this into a pretty cool little area down here with a deep sink right here and a bathroom. It'd be a really nice area for coming off the lake, cleaning up, or when you're swimming in the lake. We're gonna go down to the dock real quick, check it out. And my biggest problem with houses like this, when I see poor improvements, you can tell somebody doesn't know what they're doing, is the things I can't see. And that would be like, what do they know about wiring and how much of this lower area did they wire? That concerns me because remember, there's no permits. Watch your step right here, Nathan. So this is nice because so many houses have a bunch of steps going to the dock, and here you only have a few steps. Just out of safety, we're not going to go on this dock because it hasn't. You can see that nobody's used it in so long, and these boards are obviously rotted. But I do want you to pay attention. Over to the right, you can see all that gravel right there. Yeah, the geese are honking. That's because the lake is lowered right now by Ameren. So I told you I'd kind of teach you a lot about the lake when you come in, and I intend to do that. But this time of year, they lower the lake so people can work on all of their seawalls, and they can do maintenance to the lake in places that might need it. So right now we're at that low spot. And as we progress to Memorial Day, the lake will slowly come up. Ameren controls that at the dam, along with Truman, which is the other dam that controls water coming into the lake. The dock looks fine. I don't see any issues with the dock. It's a wooden dock, which most people are probably going to have here. You see that big concrete dock over there. The wooden docks are lighter, and when they take weight, they move a lot more. So they twist and move and get a little bit more beat up than the concrete docks. Lots of people out here have wooden docks because typically they're going to work fine. And then if Nathan, you just swing to your right, you'll see we're going to come up here and you just see the other side of the house that we haven't seen yet. This is just a little storage area back here for lumber, whatever you put back here. This is just a little patio, and that goes to that basement area that we were in just a minute ago. Okay. All right, so this is Red Fox. Final thoughts. The price is ridiculous. There's no way I would let a client pay that for this house. $350s for an average standard lake home like this, but this home needs a lot of improvements. They're gonna have a hard time selling it all the way out here on the 50-mile marker. So hopefully this was helpful. On to the next one.